Testing. Mm. Oh. Mm. Mm. All right, everybody, when you come on in, let me know if you can hear me well. Come on in. Uh, mm, 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 mm. Come on in. Come on in. Hey, Leon. Hey, Boston. Hey, Freshums. Uh, hey, Rick. Hey, Shirley. This is a Yamaha S90. ES. Hey, Shamar. Glad you can make it on. Mm. All right, so everybody, come on in and in the chat, let me know one if you can hear me, and two, let me know where you are in the world and how long you've been playing. Hey, Noriko. Hey, Keith. And if this is your first time on the live stream, let me know in the chat. Hey, Josh. Cephas, how's it going? Yeah. Uh. Mm. Hey, Charles, how's it going? Patrick, what's going on? 15 years, cool deal. Hey, Joseph. Jorge, ¿cómo va? ¿Qué es lo que? Uh, Rick Smith been playing for 25 years. Ah. I normally don't ask this, but everybody share this live stream. We want to get more people on, so y'all share this live stream on your social medias real quick. Yeah. Let's see, who's that? Hey, Charles. So it's your first time on. Thanks for being on. Wow. Glad you could catch us. I know it's, what is it? It's like 3 in the morning there? Or maybe it's six, yeah, it might be 3 in the morning or 6 in the, maybe 3. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining me. We are going to have a pretty cool lesson today. All right. So if this is your first time welcome, welcome. My name is Corey Taylor from SkilledMusician.com, where we're helping musicians improve. And today's lesson is going to be a really, really interesting one. I am going to kind of open up and give you the secrets. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. All right. So what I want to talk about is 2 left-hand voicings that we use for soloing. With these 2 voicings, you can pretty much play any chord and any alteration, right? And you really don't need any other ones. Now, of course, there are other ones you can use, and I encourage you to get all the chords you can possibly get. But if you have these 2 chords down, you can solo effectively and have some chords under you. Now, I'm getting from Smart that my voice is kind of bassy. Is that kind of everybody's? I have a deep voice. No, not really. Let me see. All right. Hopefully that kind of made my voice less bassy. All right. So I want to give you the secret sauce to the left hand. So you can form any chord. And I'm kind of opening up a little bit. So if you are new, I'll just share that we've been doing these live streams for this is live stream number 35. So we're going on 8 to 9 months of live streaming. And we are actually going to be moving the live stream to our membership section that we're going to be opening very soon, actually. And I'll be sending out some notices very soon about that. I've already sent out a few. But the way I'm going to teach today is going to be kind of very much how it'll be in the membership section. I actually have a giveaway, not giveaway, but a sheet music that accompanies this video, um, and I'll talk about that in a moment. Um, and so in the membership section, I'll give away a little bit more than I normally would on the normal YouTube stuff. I give away a lot of stuff. I share a lot of information, but um, I feel a little bit more comfortable giving away like all the secrets. But I thought today I would kind of give you a taste of what it's like. Um, so let's get started. I'm just kind of do a little housekeeping things and make sure I have this. So let me just share with you this link. I have not finished creating the sheet music for this lesson today. I actually changed. I was going to teach something else, but then I decided to teach this. Um, well, I was undecided, and I decided really late that I was going to teach this. I don't have the sheet music, but if you like the sheet music that accompanies this lesson, I put a link in the chat box. Just put your name and email there, and I'll send it to you once I have it finished. It's free. It's just sheet music to accompany this lesson. So if you want that, put your name in the and click in the chat box. That link I just put in there. I'll put it in there again. Should say a link there. Click that link and put your name and email address, and we'll send you that music. Okay. All right. So let's get started. So there are really only two formulas that I want to share with you. It's really simple, and I will go through this. But there's only two formulas for these left-hand voicings. So if you've ever wondered how these guys are forming these left-hand voicings, they're soloing, these left-hand voices that you play when soloing, I'm going to give you two options, and these options will allow you to form just about any chord. All right, so here's the formula. This is the first one. 7, 9, 3, 5. I'll call it A. And then B is 3, 5, 7, 9. These are the two formulas you need to know. And I'm going to go through and explain everything. But this is the secret sauce right here. I'm coming right out the gates. I'm just giving it to you. I'm giving it to you right out the gates. So let's go down and start explaining this. All right. If I'm looking at a major chord, so let's look at C major 7. And you all let me know. I've been playing a lot lately with this Rhodes sound, but let me know if this bothers you and you prefer the piano side. I can go back to the piano. That's not a problem. But give me just let me know in the chat really quickly. Do you prefer the Rhodes sound or you want to hear the piano sound? Here's how the piano sounds. All right, so I got some votes for the Rhodes. All right. Okay, cool deal. So let's look at C major 9 chord. So here's C major, and then we add the 7th, I mean C major 7, and the 9. I'll tell you what, I hear some people saying they prefer the piano. I'll go back and forth. So I'll switch back and forth. So here's C major 9. Now, you have to be familiar with your scales to be able to form these voicings. So it's very important, right? So the C major scale is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if I keep going, 8, 9. So the voicing for, I'll start with B first. 3, 5, 7, 9. Here's the voicing And we're playing. So these voicings, let me be clear, are rootless voicings. So you have a bass player playing down here C. So here we go. So I'm gonna switch. So you're playing 3, 5, 7, 9, right? This is B. This is formula B. 3, 5, 7, 9. Or let me go to formula A. 7, 9, 3, 5. So. And if you learn these two voicings, this will solve, like, you can play any voicing. So this is how we play rootless. So if you're playing with a bass player, or if your left hand's playing bass, what's a lot of like? You're looking for some voices for your right hand, or all right. So, but this is mainly for your left hand. So your right hand's up top of, or. All right. Let's go to a minor chord. Let's go to C minor 7 or C minor 9, right? So now in our left hand, it's so let's look at B first. So B says 3, 5, 7, 9. So that's our C minor chord. Do you see that? That looks like an E flat major 7, but the bass is down here is C minor as a C. So this is our C voicing. And then let's go to voicing A, which is 7, 9, 3, 5. Now you may be saying, well, Corey, why are you, I see you playing some of the black notes. Well, when we're thinking minor, we can use the natural minor. And so in that we have 3 notes flatted. So my E is flatted and the B is flatted. And then A flat is flatted. So here is my minor voicing. Okay. Now, let's go to dominant. So C dominant 7. Or C dominant 9. We used to play dominants like this. Right. Well, if you're a beginner, you think, ba 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 ba. And you have the 9 up top. But we're gonna voice it like this: 3, 5, 7, 9. Or 7, 9, 3, 5. Does that make sense? Now let's go to half diminished. So half diminished chord, if you're not familiar with that, is minor 3rd, minor 5th, and minor 7th. So fully diminished is, you see, but there we go. All right. So here we go. So now we have 3, 5, 7, 9, 3, 5, 7. Now, for this half diminished, if you're taking there's 2 half diminished chords. They're found in 2 different places. The half diminished chord is found in the major key as the 7th. So if I was, for instance, I was in D flat and I played up the scale, that's the half diminished, or minor 7 flat 5, right? And so if I was to play the scale, the second note is D flat, right? So if I'm doing 3, 5, 7, 9, it would be D flat. So that's one option. Or you can use the 6th mode of the melodic minor, which would be E flat major. E flat melodic minor. So if these terms are a little complex, Um, um, don't worry about it. We're gonna come back to the beginning stuff. So I'm getting a little complex here. Um, I'm presupposing that you understand this stuff. I mean, if you don't understand it, definitely go check out some of the other videos. Um, Now, normally I take a little while to explain this, but I'm gonna go a little quicker. Okay, so if it seems a little tough, don't worry. Stick with the first part. All right. So in the sixth mode of the melodic minor, so E flat melodic minor. All right. Sixth mode is C. So that means the D is natural. So if I'm playing half diminished, the 9 would be natural. So that would be my half diminished chord. Right? So you have two options, this one, or, and I say use this one as your voicing for the half diminished, or use voicing A. So that's voicing B or voicing A. Which is 7, 9, flat 3, flat 5, right? So who would ever thought to play this voicing right here? This is an interesting voicing. Now I know we don't spend a lot of time in half diminished. I love half diminished, but we don't spend a lot of time there. We spend a lot of time in major and minor. So I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna come back to major and minor. We're gonna camp out there, but I just want to make sure I address this. All right. So there are two voicings. So for my advanced musicians, you know, you should be understanding this. So let me know in the chat. Do you understand? Does it make sense? So let's say, for instance, you have a half diminished chord. You're doing a song, and like in gospel music, we do a lot of this. This a lot, right? This, right? Well, these are just half diminished chords. So instead of playing that, I could play. So, you see that chord? Or this one. This is the A version. All right. Let me see if I can fix this really quickly. All right, there we go. So again. All right, so that's half diminished. So let's come back to major again. All right, so we're back to major, and let's deal with this a little more. All right, matter of fact, let's do a song. Let's do a song. Let's do. You know what? Before I do that, let's do this. Let me give you a little bit more information. Let me talk about common substitutions that we do. And then we'll go to a song and I'll show you how to apply this. So here are common substitutions. The 6th or 13 for 5 and 9 or 2 for 1. Okay, y'all. So here are two substitutions. So let's go back to C major 7. So remember, we're gonna voice it. We're gonna do this voice in 3, 5, 7, 9, and I'm gonna substitute the 6, which is A, or 13th, for the 5. So instead of playing this voicing, I'm gonna play this one. That's such a sweet sound. So that's my left hand voicing, right? Or I do 7, 9, 3, 5. This is our normal C major that we talked about, right? But instead of the 5, I'm gonna do it. So, right? So different sound, different chords, right? Here's the first one. Or, all right. You don't often see this in major, but it's available to you. Let me go to dominant, because we see it often in dominant. So it's C dominant 7, dominant 9. We're going to do a 3, 5, 7, 9, our voicing, right? But instead of the 5, I'm going to play the 13th, which is A. So now y'all know this sound. So that's a common way to voice a C dominant 7 chord, or C dominant 9 with that sound. Or let's go to our second voicing, right? So we have or. Okay, so did those substitutions make sense? Do we have those? Let me know in the chat. Do you understand the substitutions? I didn't do the 9 for 1. I'll do it a little bit later, because I think I've eliminated 1 everywhere. I think it's only the 13 for 5. Yeah, I think I've eliminated the 1 everywhere. Alright, so let me go back to our voices. Let me write them on the screen so you can see them. And I'm going to switch the order. So I'm gonna well, I shouldn't do that. So we'll go 7, 9, 3, 5, and B, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, so now let's take a song like Autumn Leaves. Are you familiar with Autumn Leaves? It goes. Ooh. All right, enough of that. Okay, so let's take the first kind of the A section of that song, and let's see if we can voice it with all great left-hand voicings. Okay. So the first chord is C minor. C minor 7. Now we have a formula. We have 3, 5, 7, 9. Remember, C is here. C is 1. 3, 5, 7, 9. So for our minor chords, remember we're using the minor scale, the natural minor scale, to get our chord. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So all right, cool. There's our voicing for the C minor. All right. All right. Hopefully my computer doesn't die and my stream goes down. I got I think to update, and I thought I told it no. Yeah, I know those pop-ups that come up that say update me now. I hope I told it no. So if I just cut off all of a sudden and can't come back, it's because my computer decided to update. And I mistakenly clicked yes. Okay. So anyway, let me keep teaching. So 3, 5, 7, 9. Here's our minor chord. So now our next chord is our dominant chord. And since I'm already in this position, our dominant chord is F7. So we go from C minor to F7. Well, so for my dominant chord, F dominant chord, I'm going to use formula A. And here's what you'll discover. Here's the secret. If the first chord you play is one formula, the next chord will often be the other one. So if your first chord you play is formula B, the next chord you play will probably be formula A. It kind of goes back and forth like that. So here we go. So here's my C minor, and then watch this. Here is my F7, and I put the F down here. You see it, or F9. So we have 7, 9, 3, 5. Do you see it? But I don't like this C as my 5. So I'm going to substitute it. Remember we talked about our substitution rules. So I'm going to make it my 13. So now I have C minor, and then here's my F. And all I did was change one note. So the song goes C minor, F7, and then B flat major. So I did formula B here. Here's formula A. So I imagine what's coming up next. Formula B. So I'm going to B flat major, 3, 5, 7, 9. There we go. And then the next chord is E flat major. Well, let's go to formula A. 7, 9, 3, 5. So, all right. So let's stop right there. So the song goes C minor, F7, B flat to E flat major, and I'm voicing like this in my left hand. That's my voicing in my left hand. Tell you what, on this B flat, I'm gonna make the 5 13. All right, so let me stop there. Let me just check in. Are you all okay? Does this make sense? Does it make sense? Or is it, do you understand? Does it make sense? So then Rico says instead of 6, so using 6 instead of 5 makes the chord tend to resolve more, which is the object for better solo. Not sure the purpose yet. Well, the 6 gives a different color. So here's the 13, 6, 13. We're going to use it interchangeably here. I just wanted the 6 there because this is I'm playing it on the first chord on the minor 7. So now on the F, that's the 13th. I just wanted it there. So go, you know. They keep continuity of sound, so the least amount of motion. But it also sounds cooler than, well, it sounds different. I like the sound, it's cool, but that's the stock formula. Which is cool, but not as cool as all right, now let's keep going. We got 3 more chords, yes. So next chord is A minor 7 flat 5. So A minor 7, or which is called A half diminished. So remember, on our half diminished chords, our 2 it can be either major or flatted. So I'll show you what I mean. So here we go. Here's the formula: 3, 5, 7, 9, or 3, 5, 7 flat 9. So that looks like C minor, but it's not. It's A minor 7 flat 5 with the 9th added, the flat 9 added. So you have your option here, your choice here, or so maybe I do this one for the C, for the A minor 7 flat 5. And then, so this is 3, this is B, this is voicing B. So guess what's coming next? Voicing A on the D7. So D7 is next. D7 flat 9. That's kind of the general accepted chord. So D7 flat 9. So that means I'm going to the 7. 9 is flatted. 3rd and 5. That's right, Shirley. But Shirley asks, if it's 2 for 1, then it'll always be minor, major, then major. Yeah, but let me just give you more detail. Minor, then dominant, then major. And then let's get to our last voicing, which is G minor. And so we're going to use voicing B. So we're going 3, 5, 7, 9. And sometimes you'll see me, I like to do a major 7. I just has such a tense sound. Right? And then you see me do a G7 with some alterations here. And back to the top. Okay, so let me talk about one more thing, and then I'll check out your questions. All right, so on dominant chords, we know we can alter them. So we know we can alter dominant chords. We can add extra things to them, right? And so with our stock formula here, this is our kind of foundation so that when we jump off, we can add these extra things. So for instance, I'll give you an example. Here's my C minor, and I'm going to F, my F dominant 9, right? Here it is. But I rarely ever play this chord. I like to use F7 with the flat 9 and flat 5. So if the 9 is flatted and the 5 is flatted, I still follow the formula. So this is formula A, 7, so I'm on F7, so the 7 is E flat. The 9 is going to be flatted. 3. Okay, I'm sorry. Which one am I on? Yep, 7, 9, 3. So I might play this. So I might go. You see? So if I'm altering the chord, whatever alterations, I still follow the formula. I just alter that note. Or I might play like this. That's a little. All right, but yeah. Right, and so just getting these voicings now, these 2 voicings for each of your chords yield some really, really cool stuff for your left hand. So when you're soloing, and I'll just play a little simple solo, just nothing's fancy. So, or I'll do something simpler than that. Here's that chord we talked about. Woo! Woo! I remember that one. All right, now let's switch it up. For the first chord, we start with this 3, 5, 7, 9. So we start with formula B. Let's switch it up. Let's start with formula A first. So for my C minor, now I'm going to F7 now, and I'm going to go. So that means I want to go look at formula B, which is 3, 5, 7, 9. So I'm going for C minor 2, 3, and then F7. But for the 5, again, I want it to be the 13th to get this sound. So 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Now I'm going to A now. You see how we go back and forth? A, 7, 9, 3, 5. So I'm on B flat major. That's my chord. And then I'm on E flat. So I'm going to go 3, 5, 7, 9. Now I'm on A. I'm on A minor 7 flat 5. So there it is. And then 3, 5, 7, 9. It's 9 is flatted on the D. And then there we go. So switch back to the other one. So right there, I switched between this version and this version. So I switched between versions A and B in the middle. So that gave me two voicings on the same chord. The point is, if you get these two voicings down, you can play like amazing stuff with your one hand, with your left hand. When you solo, and you're not stuck with kind of basic. Not that anymore, but rather, or 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 all right. So that's the lesson. A little shorter lesson today. Um, let's see your questions now. Anthony says he's been feeling so bad for wanting to learn only the A and B voicings, but they work so well, so I keep sticking with these voicings. These voices are great, and they'll get you so many options and get you playing quickly if you get these down. So yeah, stick with them. Rick says don't fall off the chair. Yeah, I'm not gonna fall. This is a relatively new one. Robert says, and that's why we need to learn scales. Yeah, definitely. Um, um, yeah, scales are like the ABCs, right? And then chords are like putting words together. So we learn the ABCs, and then we learn how to put the words together, at least written wise. Um, Keith says, good stuff. Now we need to understand soloing in the right hand. Hey Keith, I'm actually in the membership section. We have a section in there. We have a course or two on soloing. So um, so definitely when the membership comes out, y'all definitely check that out because we're gonna have a ton of courses. I've been nonstop making like a ton of material. I have some of my students and friends saying, Corey, just go ahead and open up the membership section because they know how much material I've been creating. And I'm like, no, it has to be all the way right. So it's gonna be pretty well. And the crazy part is, um, you know, I don't know, every 2 weeks or every week, we're just, it's constantly adding more content every week or every 2 weeks. So I'm really looking forward to opening them up. So it's gonna be soon though. Uh, let's see. Anthony says, "Can you use bebop in gospel?" You can. Uh, Rico says, "So I got it. Including tension notes will emphasize songs with tension notes in his wrote. Solo has more variation. So when you count melody, you have to be more careful using tensions." Uh, I would say, Enrico, you can use like for sure use tensions to make sure the tensions you're using in your left hand match what you're going for in your right hand. Like for instance, when I that right there, so it's my F7 flat 9 flat 5. Well, if I'm playing that, I probably don't want to play F, even though that's part of F7 because I flatted it. So I might want to play. You see, so depending on what I'm voicing, versus that clashes. Okay, so just make sure your tension matches what you're doing in the right hand. Yeah, Boston, we'll be releasing that soon, so stay tuned. Yeah, Leon says another way of looking at these voicing is a minor. Well, it'd be a minor 9, Leon, not minor 7, minor 9 without the root. Minor 9 without the root. But that's the basic voicing, Leon. But when you start altering it, then it becomes a little different. Yeah, so practicing this, Robert, is exactly right. Practicing this 2-5-1s everywhere. I would encourage you to practice 2-5-1 in both positions. And if you practice 2-5-1, this will in every key you'll be able to play pretty much any voicing, any chord um, that you encounter in your left hand. Leon says that the A position gives you a minor 7 voicing without the root. No, I understand what you're saying, Leon, um, but we want to make sure we're right, we're being technically right. So there's two ways you can think of that if you want to think of it like that. The A position gives you a major 7 voicing without the C minor root, or it gives this A position is the minor 9, so C minor 9 without the root. C minor 9, not 7, minor 9. The D is the 9. So I understand what you're saying, the Leon. Just want to like a small little thing, make sure we're technically right. All right, any other questions, y'all? Let me put the link back in the description box. All right, so that link is for the sheet music. So make sure you sign up and confirm your email. You'll get an email, confirm your email, and when I finish the sheet music, I'll send it out to you. Jeff says, "Can you recommend a good progression?" Hold on. Yeah, sneezing bug hits me, and when it hits me, I do like um, I do like a whole bunch of sneezes in a row. All right, Jeff says, "Can you recommend a good progression for learning these in the 2-5-1?" I think you mean song, Jeff, um, because a 2-5-1 is a progression, so that would be what I would do. But if you want a song, I would do Autumn Leaves. Autumn Leaves is a great song, and it has that's the pattern. So it's kind of that 2-5-1 kind of deal. Anthony, can you show how to use the bebop and gospel? I've studied various tasks that really like to apply them. Um, I will save that for the membership, Anthony. Or set up a lesson with me, and I can show you individually for sure. Um, yeah, and that's kind of not the focus for today. So not to be like rude or anything like that, man. I definitely appreciate you. And I definitely understand that. Matter of fact, I had a session today, and someone asked me that very question, and we worked on it. So set up a lesson with me, man, and I can give you a little more detailed answer, or that I'll have that question answered in the membership section for sure. All right. So that's like a teaser, man. So I'm not avoiding that. I'm saving that one. um, all right, Patrick Jones Bailey has a great question. When is the appropriate time to say sharp 11 or flat 5? Great question. Let's look at C7. So here we have here's a C7, and I don't. Sometimes I'm not sure if the chordal thing that I have up somewhere on the screen is showing this properly. It might not. Sometimes these things get tricky. So here's the C9 with the sharp 11. Do you see that? So here's C9, and we have the sharp 11. Why is it sharp 11 and not flat 5? Well, we have the 5 right there. Do you see the 5? So if that's the 5, then this can't be the flat 5 This is the sharp 11. But if I take the 5 out, um, and the notation software is not getting it right. If I take the 5 out, then this is flat 5. So it says sharp 11, but it's flat 5. If I add the 5 back, then it becomes sharp 11. So yeah, sometimes the notation software isn't perfectly accurate. I've encountered a few things that it just gave up and wouldn't name properly. So when I have the 5 there, then that note is the sharp 11. When the 5 is not there, then it's flat 5. So okay, Anthony says, okay, I hear you. I hit you up. Set it up on your website. Yeah, let me give you the link, Anthony. All right, any more questions? All right, so Anthony, here's the link. Jeff says, should we learn these 2-5-1s without the substitutions before we move on? Sure. You should learn the fundamental voicing and then learn the substitutions. Yeah, if you want a step. Yeah, for sure. Elijah asks, how do you apply them? I'm not sure what you mean. When you try to play a chord, use these voicings. Um, so tell me more what you mean, Elijah, because I don't understand what you're saying. How do you apply them? Replace the chords you're playing with these. Let me know if I'm answering your question right. Um, so Robert Peters says, learning the basic voicings will make you appreciate the color of the substitutions. It will have more impact when you throw in the variations. That's true. Jeff says, long time listener, but first time on the chat. Thanks for jumping in, Jeff. Thanks for jumping in. I know people are getting like nervous about jumping in the chat, but hey, don't be nervous. Jump on in. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk. It makes it more fun for me because I get to talk with you. Marie Tavares says, how to use diminished chords and use them in the reharmony melody. That's not the focus for today's lesson. So I kind of want to stick with where we are. So any more questions on this stuff? All right. So are there any other questions, y'all? So this is kind of a sneak peek of the lessons. I'll probably go even further on the website, the membership site, when we start that up. So we only have a few more left. I'm going to be sending out some information. We only have a few more left. A few more of these public live streams, and then they're going to be taken down and made private. So invite everybody to see these. For sure. Let's see. I have a couple more questions. Let's see. Robert says, Corey's getting inspired. That's left. Patrick says, does the pentatonic scale work with this lesson today? Yeah, so today's lesson was about the left hand, so I kind of want to stick there. Johnny says, I know you can use it for soloing, but how about in a song like a hymn? Would that apply? Yeah, so you can do it in a hymn too. But you know, if you like, say for instance, you're playing the melody and you have a bass player. I don't know what's the hymn. Mm, and my mind just went blank. I can't think of a hymn. What? There we go. What? So there you go. You can use it there. Like, what a friend we have in Jesus. Uh, so you can go through that song and do it. All right. Um, Nate says I mainly play contemporary Christian music. Yeah. So same stuff, Nate. Same stuff. Uh, let's see. When you have an opportunity to kind of play the melody, let's see. Let's go to the song. Sorry. Something like that. So for the first chord, A flat minor, right? So I can do my voicing rule. So I can do 7 9 3 5. So for the F major, so I'm doing what am I doing? 7 9 3 5. So I'm gonna do for the F major 3 5 7 9. Now, so for this for contemporary Christian music, you might have to take out that major 7. So, and maybe you might have to adjust the voicing a little bit because that style of music doesn't use um, a lot of major 7s in that way. So you might have to adjust it some to make it work. And maybe like say for instance you take out the 7, maybe take the A flat and bring it down. So we have, and you can go through a song like that, adjusting it if you're playing the melody up top for sure. Okay, let's see what else. Noriko says, why don't the A or B include the 13th or the flat 13th? Well, that's the substitution. You could substitute the 5, substitute the 13 for the 5, Noriko. So that's the substitution that's one of the rules I talked about, remember? So I could do 7 9, sorry, let's see. Yeah, 7 9 3 5. This is F7. 7 9 3 5. Or I could substitute the 5 for 13th or even flat 13th. Right? So I could go, that's my F7, right? All right, let's see. D. Vianish Camera says how to play a solo by combination different scales of the same root note using chords for today's. So I think that's a different topic. If I understand you right, that's a different topic. So I kind of don't want to go too far away from this topic today. Albert says, "Hey, bro, it's been so long last couple weeks that I couldn't make it. What's up? Hey, good to see you, Albert. Are you welcome, Nate? So any other questions? All right, y'all. We're right at the hour mark. So we're gonna call it a day today. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. It was a little uh, we kind of hit both sides. So if you're a beginner, this kind of gave you a couple of different voices you can use for your left hand when you're trying to play and kind of do something in your right hand, like solo. And for my advanced guys, we kind of got some advanced stuff in there as well. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Again, if you like the sheet music, I'll put the link. Oh, I don't have the. Where's the link? If you like the sheet music that accompanies this, um, side up there, and we'll send that out to you as soon as I get it finished. All right, I answer one more question. Patrick says, "How do you know how to color over those chords?" Maybe you're talking about the right hand. Sounds like. Um, but in general, Patrick, adding color to something is like um, adding flavors to things. And so, how do you know to add flavors to something? You just try it. In general. All right. Freshman says, "Great lesson today. Thank you." Thank you. Olivia Ready, Ratu, thanks for it. Thank you. Jeff says, thanks for it. Okay. Thank you, Jeff. Enrico says she's looking forward to becoming a member. Enrico, it's going to be great to have you. Bryson says, thanks for it. Thanks, Bryson. Leonard, thanks, Leonard. All right. Well, I will see you all on the next time. So until then, be blessed and happy practicing.